All right, so let's talk about iOS 18. So basically, as you can see here, I just installed iOS 18. I'm still charging my phone. So yeah, you can see that it's charging right now. This is how they've redesigned the pull down screen. I guess I'll just call it that. So the first thing I was doing was I was playing a little with the flashlight. So you can't see it very easily, but the flashlight now has you touch and you slide up and down in order to make the flashlight dim or brighten, and then you slide left and right in order to make the beam widen. Now I'm using an iPhone 14 Pro Max, so my flashlight doesn't work the exact same way as the iPhone 16 because they have new LEDs on it. The brightness indicator looks like they haven't changed that. The volume indicator looks like they haven't changed that. That looks about the same. Unfortunately, Apple Intelligence is not prepared yet, so it doesn't actually. This thing doesn't fully work absolutely yet, which I think, it's a fail. As I said, I am not going to upgrade to iPhone 16 simply because they didn't give us 2 terabytes of storage. As far as I'm concerned, these corporations need to stop releasing products that are not finished. Because I'm pretty sure they have working models of the iPhone 16. But the way I see it is iPhone 16's Apple Intelligence should be greeting you the moment that you turn that thing on and you actually power the phone up. But on the right-hand side, as you can see, it looks like they have quick access to the music, to the iPod feature, to the home feature, and to the cellular data. So they have quick access right there, which they pretty much already have, in the pull-down. So what does it say? One thing I did notice, the buttons, when you push the volume button, now you can actually see a bend on the side. So that's actually pretty cool that they made it so you can see bending on the side when you push the lower volume button or when you push the upper volume button. The screen actually bends. Obviously, the camera button will do the exact same thing. The only thing about it is I can't touch the sleep-wake button because if I do, I'll turn the screen off. So, other than that, so let's see, what's new in iOS 18? So they say, the game mode reduces background activity so that the phone's resources are used less when you're playing a game. It says customize your home screen. It says now you can arrange apps and widgets in any open space on the home screen. Place your Notes app right above the dock for easy access or keep faces in your wallpaper clear of icons. You can also give app icons and widgets a light or dark look, or even a monochromatic tint, and tie that to a specific focus filter. Now, I don't use all that shit. That's the kind of stuff that people, who have TikTok and stuff play with. If I ever use that, it'll be by accident, I can promise you. It says take control of your hand. Swap out the controls at the bottom of your lock screen for super quick access to make the actions you need most. Whether taking a note when an idea strikes, starting a mediation, or capturing the moment for social media. In the redesigned control center, you can now resize icons, group them as you like, and customize the layout. Yeah, okay. And I'm pretty sure most Android users will say, oh, we had that since 2010 or some shit. Nobody cares. Take time to reflect. It says with iOS 18, the built-in journal and health apps are more connected than ever, alongside other self-care apps. These tools aim to help you log your moods and emotion and identify broader trends in your mental health. Okay, so they got mental health apps, I guess you could call it. Okay, some of these apps look like they're targeting the Apple Vision Pro. Spatial camera. It says third-party apps can now record spatial video, but you have to have, obviously, iPhone 15 or you have to have a 16 or anything that comes after 15. 15 or better. Obviously, I'm not using any of this stuff. I honestly don't know anybody who has an Apple Vision Pro. In fact, I'm not sure if there's anybody who bought one who didn't take the shit back and want their money back. All right, it says do even more from your wrist. With Watch OS, the enhanced smart stack automatically suggests the right widgets at the right time. While live activities make it easier to see relevant information at a glance, the new Vital app helps you understand your health metrics. And the training load feature in the activity app displays the intensity of your workouts. All right, so that's like a minor upgrade there. Lock or hide your apps. Lock an app to require Face ID, Touch ID, or your passcode for access. Or hide the app by moving it into a locked folder. In both cases, the app won't appear in search, notifications, or other places people might find them. So if you have a psychotic girlfriend who is determined to search through your photos and your text messages and all that, what they're basically saying is it's possible for you to now hide your shit from her. Now, and I'll tell you a really quick story. I have a friend who has one such absolutely psychotic girlfriend. Like, she's so bad that you don't even want to go out with them and hang out, because like when they go to let's say he has to go to the bathroom. He wants to go to the bathroom. He wants to get up and go to the bathroom. She forces herself on him to go stand next to the bathroom so that if he's in the bathroom, he can't talk to any women or anything on his way out of the bathroom. It's just insane. The shit that I've seen is just it's insane. She checks his phone. God forbid she finds anything, pictures or anything like that. It's like, yeah, you're gonna have a problem. It's the most toxic shit that I've ever seen. It's just horrible. So yeah, some of you people might have to hide your apps. You really do. I'm not one of them, because anytime somebody try that shit with me, you pack your shit, get the fuck out. It's just that simple. But some of you got some toxic relationships and everything. I don't know what to tell you. You might want to see counseling, or you might want to go to a pistol store or something like that. I don't know what to tell you. It says mirror on your Mac. Maximize the power of your Mac and iPhone with iPhone mirroring, which lets you control your iPhone directly from your Mac, even when it's in your pocket or another room. While you're working, your iPhone remains locked so no one can access it or see what you're doing. Okay, so basically this allows you to remotely use your phone, and the screen obviously won't change while you're doing it. Chances are you have to have Wi-Fi to do this. I don't know if it'll work over LTE, but yeah, it's kind of like any feature that would allow you to access things on your iPad or iPod or iPhone, but the screen just doesn't change, so you wouldn't really, like, if somebody was watching the device, nobody would really notice it. So let's see. I guess that's basically it. So once again, so this is the main screen, and this is how I have the main screen. As you can see, it's nighttime, so the moon's out. This is the Notes app, and it lets you do stuff like resize it. So you can resize it by pushing, holding, and you can resize it just like that. So very simple. The calculator app, for example, okay, it says edit, but it doesn't allow you to resize the calculator app. Apparently they don't care about that one. Stocks app, it allows you to make it bigger, okay? Okay, so yeah, that's pretty cool. So you can watch the Stocks app. But I know that Android phones have this, so I know somebody's gonna be, our Android phones have had that forever. You're finally catching up in 2024. It's just like, yeah, whatever. We don't nobody cares. Now let's see what you can do with the Google Maps. Google Maps, you can make that one bigger, so it'll tell where you. That's pretty cool. So it'll tell a little bit. You can make it a little bit bigger, and I guess it'll display a little bit of data right there. Weather. How about weather? Let's see. I could make weather just a little bit bigger. Okay, and I can make weather dominate the screen. Okay, so that's all right. That's fine. Yeah, you know what? Once you get used to having these apps be a regular size like this, it's like once you get used to that, it's like you probably will keep most of your apps exactly like this. Like I could see resizing this one, but I always wondered, why didn't Apple make the weather app like able to simply display the temperature at a glance. That's what I'll never understand why they didn't do that. I'm guessing it must be because it's like a bitmap image or something and it doesn't change. But I would have made it so that at a glance, like when I'm looking at the sun and the clouds, I would have made it so that that accurately reflects what's going on right now. Like, you shouldn't have to oversize it to, to make it show the temperature high and low and to show the current temperature now. But again, that's just how they designed it. So yeah, it's an interesting feature that you can do that. That's an interesting feature. As you can see, those are like the main apps I have. I've got a lot of apps. Like you can see, like I got the electric vehicle charging app right here. I don't know. It looks like you can't enlarge EVgo because that's really the only one I use. I don't obviously use Tesla. I don't think you can do anything with that one either. However, it says you can lock it so that it requires Face ID. I don't know if Android has that feature where you can lock individual apps. So let's say I was trying to hide my photos from my psychotic girlfriend, right? Obviously, this is one of the ones, like, because, you don't want her getting in there and finding out that you got chicks in your DMs and they're asking you, when you want to come out and party and everything. So if I say require Face ID, then I can lock my Photos app. Okay, that's pretty cool, I guess. That's pretty cool. So, but this is for people who have to hide shit from themselves, I know people who live in their houses, and this is their house, and there's somebody else living there, and they gotta lock up shit to make sure the other person doesn't get to their stuff. And I'm like, you need to throw this person the fuck out of your house. I just don't understand that. How could you live in a house where you gotta lock up shit from yourself? Like, that's crazy. That's just crazy. But that's just what it is. And then they have a new one for passwords right there. So that's a new one right there, passwords. So just like when you wanted to find your passwords before, you had to go to search and you type passwords and then it would usually come up, right? Now they have a dedicated password app. So that's pretty good. And you see this game right here, Last War. This game is a scam game. And if you buy it, you're going to end up putting money into it. And you're just going to play it up until a point where you can't play it anymore. And it's going to demand more and more money out of you. So, yeah, watch out for that game. Because I tell you, every day I'm wondering what. Maybe I should just delete that shit. But I haven't deleted it yet. So I see they have the Journal app. If I'm not mistaken, that's old. So that's not something actually new. Other than that, I got a couple of games in here. I'm not going to play any of them now. I see the App Store. Yeah, you see Geico Mobile. You see all my finance stuff right there. I can't really think of anything else. So, yeah, that seems to be the main things that they've done. And the only other things that there shall be is what you get when they update these devices so that you can use Apple Intelligent AI. And I don't know how long it's going to be until Apple Intelligence comes out. I really don't know. So, that's just what it is. It's like I have no idea how long it's going to be until Apple Intelligence comes out. I have no idea. But that's basically what it is. So, I don't know. Have you updated yourself to Apple iOS 18? I was doing in the background, I updated all of my apps. And basically so far, I haven't tested the apps individually. But so far, I mean, it basically looks exactly the way you expect it to look. I don't see anything radically different about it. They just refined a little bit, but I don't see anything like radically different and everything. Yeah, so that's about it. That's basically about it. So, I don't know. I guess if you want to update to it, it seems to be working fine for my phone, so you might as well go ahead and update to it, I suppose. No reason to stick in 17 if you can go to 18. Some devices cannot go to 18. If I'm not mistaken, they said the Apple iPhone SE has to you have to have at least an iPhone SE in order to go to iOS 18. So there's some versions that can't run it. I would say that anything around a 12 Pro Max or better, you should have no issues. So there you go. That we probably have is that when you have a lot of photos, and I have over 25,000 photos on my phone, it gets very hard to search through them unless you've already organized them into apps. If you haven't already, organize these things by basically telling the phone who each person is, it's harder for the phone to know exactly who each person is, because what it's doing is it's scanning their faces. So if you tell the phone who a person is, that makes it easy for the phone to find out all of the photos of that person in the entire hard drive, right? So what they've done now is they've made it so that you can easily get through your photos by making new folders such as trips, featured photos, media types, utilities, and so forth and so on. They even have one for your pinned spaces on maps. So this one, Trips, I was looking at a second ago. Trips is pretty cool because what Trips does is it's found all of the pictures that I took in other countries, and it considers each different country a trip. So it organized those photos specifically into one folder that all you got to do is say, oh, yes, well, I was in South Korea, or I was here in Bali, or I was here in Singapore. And when you touch that, it automatically takes you to that specific folder. So I can't let you go through my photos because there's a lot of stuff in there that you shouldn't be seeing, if you know what I'm saying. Passwords pretty much speaks for itself. When you see passwords, it does the face unlock immediately to open up. It says easily save and fill your passwords with autofill, secure encryption, automatic protection to keep your password safe, and then it says seamless syncing, so it says use your passwords on Mac, iPhone, iPad, Vision Pro, and Windows PC. So I'm not going to let you see my passwords, but I just wanted to go into the app for a second. Look right here, inside passwords, they separate the passwords for security features, Wi-Fi, your passkeys, and then those are the websites so that the phone knows how to automatically enter specific websites because it saved your username and your password. So that's pretty interesting. And also, it has shared groups here, and then they allow you to share passwords and passkeys. You can safely and securely share password and passkeys that you choose with friends and family. So basically, I would say the only ones that you might be interested in sharing is Wi-Fi, but for the most part, it's probably better off not to share anything. So there's one last thing that I'll mention about the customization of the main screen. And it's something I probably won't mess around with too much because I really don't really like to change too much of the customization of my screen much. So if you hold down on the screen to get to wiggle mode, you touch edit, and edit gives you the option about adding more widgets or customize. And when you hit customize, at the bottom, you're able to enter dark mode immediately, or you can go back to light mode. And then they have an automatic dark or light mode, which basically works depending upon what the light sensor perceives as a dark room or a light room. Then they also have a tinted mode. I don't see the point in that, but you can change the color palette slightly. So I'm going to go back to light mode, but you can add a tint to the thing. I really don't feel the need for that. So as far as large, it makes the app icons a little bit larger. It takes away the words, but for the most part, you probably know what each app is anyway. I like to have it with the words on it, so I'm not going to change that. And as for this brightness button, you can change that right away, so that basically looks like it's just changes the way it looks for the most part. I don't like dark mode. Like, some people use dark mode because they're trying to save energy. I don't use that. It's like, if I need more power, I'll just bring a rechargeable battery or something, or I recharge my phone while I'm at work. But that's the feature, and that, that's what it does. So for the most part, that's it about iOS 18. You really don't feel the real experience until you actually have an iPhone 16. The problem, however, is, again, they're not launching Apple Intelligence with iOS 16, with the iPhone 16 on iOS 18. I think that's a huge mistake. As far as I'm concerned, from the second that you pull that thing out of the box and you turn it on, the entire experience should be a brand new experience that you only get when you have an iPhone 16. But the mere fact that it's not ready, that's like a huge mistake. But that's just what it is. So that's all I had to say for now. I don't think I'm gonna find anything new, but there may be minor changes that I'll come across while I'm using the phone. But that's it for now.